Let's be honest. You've had the bhool gaya moment. You open your Quant notebook after 2 weeks and it feels like someone else wrote it. Formulas look alien, RC strategies that you swear you had mastered, gone. And you're just sitting there thinking, मैं पढ़ ही क्यों रहा हूँ इतना जब सब कुछ भूल ही जाता हूँ. If you felt that, you're not dumb, you are human. Our brain's default mode is forgetting. The trick is not to fight it, but outsmart it. There's this thing called the forgetting curve. Within 24 hours of studying something, your brain forgets 70% of it. 70%. So unless you revise smartly, you're essentially filling a leaky bucket. That is where spaced repetition comes in. It's not new, but it works. So instead of rereading your notes 10 different times, you revise and you get to your notes just where you are about to forget. So you do this by trying to recall actively. So you try to recall what you have studied first, and then you go back to your notes to see what you missed. And that small struggle, the "Padha to tha, yaad nahi aa raha, what was that formula again?" That moment, that is where your brain builds long-term memory. वो याद है बचपन में जब कुछ पढ़ रहे होते थे और गलती करते थे तभी वो बोलते थे ना जिंदगी भर याद रहेगा. एग्जैक्टली वही है ये. याद तब होता है जब मुश्किल लगता है. If it feels too easy, it's not learning. It's an illusion. Like I explained in this video, please don't get stuck in passive learning. This exam is not passive. CAT is not like your college exams. You don't need to just know things. You need to decide what exactly is applicable in that particular situation, recall it, retrieve it, and apply it. Formulas, logic patterns, reading instincts, all within seconds. Even if you've studied everything, if you can't recall it under pressure, it's as good as not knowing. CAT memory test bhi hai, aptitude test ke saath. And that is why this video matters, especially as you move into this last stretch before the exam where revision is going to become a key theme in your prep. Your prep strategy actually needs to be built for retention, not coverage. So the first thing is you need to pick your weak links. You can't space everything. Focus on your high leak topics. Geometry formulas, ratio proportion tricks, DI patterns, like those areas where you almost remember. In this video, I explained how you can gain that kind of insight from mocks. So go watch it if you haven't. Make a small tracker, nothing grand, nothing fancy, just last revise, next revision, confidence, stuff like that. I already have a link to a simple Google Sheets format that you can actually use down below in the description. That is available for free, so if you want that, please copy that. Next day, revise what is due. It's that simple. Simple, repeatable, boring, but it compounds. System banana आसान है, but उसको लगातार follow करना मुश्किल है. I call this the rule of 1-3-7. Let's say you learned averages today. Revise it after 1 day, 3 days, and 7 days. If you still make mistakes, you can tighten the gap. If it feels strong, expand it. Move it to 9 or 14. You're basically training your memory like a gym muscle. Reps spaced out for growth. So ज़्यादा पढ़ने से नहीं, सही interval पर actually revise करने से improvement होता है. Another thing that you can actually do is sort of interleave your prep. Don't just do like 3 hours of quant straight. You'll end up remembering the playlist, not the formula. Mix it. 30 minutes on a new topic, 10 minutes recalling yesterday's, short break, new topic again. Just keep it varied. This is called interleaving. This makes your brain's wiring flexible because CAT rarely tests a single concept in isolation anyway. It tests how you can use these different concepts together in a situation practically under pressure. So this interleaving is actually going to train your brain for exactly that. How quickly you can switch content. Now the fourth thing that I did in my revision were flashcards. Okay, I'm not talking about 500 cards or something like that. You only make flashcards for stuff that keeps slipping. Time and time again, you've revised this, you have gone through it, you've watched videos, you've practiced questions, you've given mocks, you've given sectional, you've given 40-minute drill downs on this, nothing seems to be helping, it's slipping. So just make a flashcard for that. On one side, you basically write whatever it is that you're slipping. So for example, what's the shortcut for a mixture ratio when the difference is equal? On the back, you of course write the shortcut and you write a short formula or the description of that. So you basically have full context then and there itself. For VARC, if you are having trouble with, say, identifying sarcastic tone, then you can write at the back that, well, where the literal meaning is not equal to the writer's or the author's intent. It sounds positive, but the context is negative, and that is sarcasm. But there's a rule whenever it comes to flashcards. And the rule is that you never ever look before you think. Before you engage that muscle that actually is responsible for retrieving things from your brain, you are not supposed to actually look at the answer. It is all about active recall. What I realized was that in this journey, we pay a disproportionate amount of attention on reading the right things, getting them stored correctly, repetition, but we don't space it out, and we definitely don't train how quickly we're able to retrieve that information. So that is what's lacking in the chain. And you need the entire chain. Never look before you think. If you can't recall it, mark it as weak. That is your next recall target for the next day or something like that. जो तुरंत याद आ गया उसको रोज रोज रिवाइज करने की जरूरत नहीं है, उसको स्पेस तरीके से अच्छे से आराम से रिवाइज करते रहो, ठीक है? रोज बैठ के 2+2 रिवाइज करते हो क्या? टाइम बचाओ बिकॉज टाइम लिमिटेड है, ओके? तुम्हारे कॉग्निटिव रिसोर्सेज भी एक्चुअली लिमिटेड हैं, सो डोंट वेस्ट इट. Another thing that actually helped me were my previous mocks that I had given, analyzed, and all that. They are actually a gold mine. You have the best spaced repetition resource. Your old mocks. Stop giving new mocks blindly, okay? I mean, sure, if you have a cadence, stick to it. But in addition to that, take one old mock every week. I'm not asking you to sit for 2 hours and take the whole damn mock again. What I'm asking you to do is reattempt just the mistakes. Try recalling why you made an error. I mean, you will naturally recall it as you solve those questions. You will also remember the mistakes that you made. They will get cemented in your head, and you will be that much sharper when you attempt the next new mock. In this video, I explained how you should categorize questions that you either got wrong or got stuck in. That analysis is what is going to feed your recall loop. मॉक से मार्क्स तो बनते ही हैं, बट उसके साथ मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली मेमोरी बनती है अगर सही से यूज करोगे तभी. एंड इफ यू डू दिस, इफ यू एक्चुअली गो थ्रू दिस माइंडसेट शिफ्ट, you will notice something magical after just 2 to 3 weeks. Your old concepts will actually start feeling familiar again, even without notes. Because now, with active recall, you would have developed that ability to retrieve that information on command. Your quant reflexes are going to sharpen, because no more will you have to actually strain your brain just to remember the formula again. Your DILR instincts will click faster, and your VARC guesses will improve subconsciously. That is the beauty of this revision process. It is not going to give you instant satisfaction, because this is going to take a few weeks to actually implement, but it will give you a permanent confidence. Cat toppers कुछ नया नहीं करते यार, मतलब कुछ extra नहीं करते. They do pretty much the same things. They solve the same questions. It's just that they plan better, they strategize better, and they revise things at right intervals. Most people cram till midnight before mocks, just so if a question arrives that can be solved using the VAT formula or that approach, they can get it. You will be revising smarter with this technique within minutes, not hours, because your brain will already be trained to remember when it matters. So stop treating forgetting like a failure. It's part of the plan. Forget, recall, lock in. That's the loop that will carry you through this exam. याद रखना भी एक स्किल होती है. तो अगर तुम अपने ब्रेन को उस हिसाब से ट्रेन करोगे, खुद को उस हिसाब से ट्रेन करोगे, सही तरीके यूज करोगे, तो क्या कोई भी एग्जाम मैनेजेबल लगने लगेगा. Just go ask UPSC aspirants. I mean, they pretty much follow this spaced repetition because they have an overabundance of material that they have to actually look at. So active recall नहीं करते वो, तो नहीं याद आता है, उतना मटेरियल नहीं कर सकते. So this is something that I'm pretty much stealing from the UPSC aspirants playbook here. Please do this. So if this helped, you won't know, of course, because you will have to do it to actually see the benefits. But yeah, if you like this, please subscribe and do share this with someone who is having trouble with their revision, who tends to forget a lot. And as always, keep going smarter, sharper, and calmer. Go study now.